Looks like they've managed to recapture the northwest corner. That's a very bad thing for us, so I'm going to shift fire back toward the southeast in hopes of assisting my team with their attack. The Jag Tiger has moved again. Its nose is sticking out just far enough that if I'm extremely lucky I can hit it or catch it with some splash. It has over 1,000 hit points left, but every bit of damage I can inflict on it will be helpful. So I'm going to hope that I can do something to it. Well, he's pulled back, which means he's out of my line of fire. One thing that you'll notice, and this is a frequent frustration when you're playing an artillery piece, is that your teammates almost never manage to work in a way that's cooperative with you. They will not help you lure targets out from behind cover. They will chase targets into positions where you can't hit them. They will literally get between you and enemy targets, which sometimes causes an accidental hit where you will shoot one of your own teammates. So if you're playing on a team that has artillery, please try to act cooperatively, because you will have a ton more success if you let your artillery help you. We can reach out from very long distances and do a lot of damage, but only if you show us targets and you don't make them hide where we can't get to them. So as you can see, we have that one scout trying to maneuver around behind these enemies, which might actually give a chance to flush one of them from behind cover, or it might give one of them the incentive to move into a place where I can actually shoot it. At 6-9, with only 6 minutes left in the game, it's not looking good for my team, but I am hopeful that we will find some kind of rally and do a little bit of damage. Now there's a KV-3. I'm going to cross my fingers and hope for that shell to hit, which it does. It wasn't a direct hit, but at least it did a little bit of damage. And that's really all you can hope for, is doing a little bit of damage here and there. I'm going to shift fire north and see if I can hit one of those previously damaged vehicles, bearing in mind that I'm not in a great firing position to hit them because of my southeasterly firing location. Okay, it doesn't look like that's going to be a successful target environment for me. The KV-3 is retreating. The Jag Tiger is moving in and has rammed one of my teammates and killed it. It has only 179 points left, and one of my teammates managed to finish it off. The score is now 7-10. It looks like we're doing kind of poorly. The big push on their team is likely to come from the north side, where the other tanks have been advancing. They're going to have to come up this hill in order to get into our position, and you can see that some of them are actually making the attempt now. There's that E-75, which is almost dead. If I can hit it with any amount of splash damage, I'll finish it off. But I do need to give it a moment to zoom in, or the shot will simply miss. Firing and crossing my fingers. Got him. Okay, that's one less enemy. Okay, here are two very heavily damaged Russian tanks, a KV and a KV-3. If we can actually hit them, we'll do a ton of damage. But it's looking like the north flank on my team is about to collapse. There's an enemy medium, a T-44, in our base area. It's moving through a city, which means it's very well protected from my fire. I'm hoping that the heavy tank you can see moving to intercept it will be successful in doing so, because it's going after artillery pieces, as medium tanks generally want to do. I'm firing in hopes of taking it out. I have managed to hurt it, but I don't know for sure if I'm going to be able to finish it off. The M41 has tried to go tank destroyer mode on it, but was unsuccessful in finishing it off before the T-44 could reload. The IS-4, on the other hand, should easily finish it, even if it takes a bit of damage in the process. I'm going to see if I can save him the shell and fire behind the T-44. Whoop, nope, he had to take a turn there, and that is another frequent frustration when you're playing artillery, is enemy players who will actually make radical shifts in direction while your shell is in the air. You have no chance of compensating for the new aim point once the fire has already commenced and your round is aloft. So I'm going to hope this IS-4 can illuminate a few things. The enemy tanks, as far as I'm aware, are fairly heavily damaged in several cases. All the KVs are damaged. The KV-3 is damaged. I don't know about the IS-4, but there's only 3 minutes left. If the IS-4 can stay alive and we can keep them from reaching our cap point, we can at least force a draw. Okay, let's see what we have here. Here's a KV. I'm going to hope to get a shot on him, but that's going to be a very difficult shot to land since he's on the downslope of a hill. The odds are I won't be able to drop a round on him. You can see my targeting line fluctuates between green and red depending on where I am on the hill. If the IS-4 player is wise, he will hide and force them to come up here where I can shell them more readily, because our only chance right now of avoiding a loss seems to be to wait them out and run out the clock. With 2 minutes 30 seconds left in the game, we seem to have no enemies with line of sight to us. The IS-4 looks like it's taken a little bit more damage. I'm not sure from where, but if he continues advancing on that KV-3, all he's doing is revealing himself to the enemy artillery, which is, of course, a very bad thing, because any shot from that Tier 6 artillery piece can inflict grievous damage on that IS-4. So he needs to withdraw quickly and stay as far away from that tank as he can in order, if he wants to survive. I'm going to try to finish off the KV, which I have. Behind him, there's another KV. If I can reload quickly, this one is in a good place to fire on. I have to hope that the enemy artillery piece has not looked at my shell tracers and figured out where I am, because it will very readily finish me with one shot. It's a very strong artillery piece, a tier higher than me, and has a very powerful gun. There's the IS-4. I cannot hit it from where I am. I have very little choice here but to try to stay concealed and hopefully land a shell where it can do some good. If that KV will do me the courtesy of standing still for a minute and my damage rolls are good, I can finish it off with one hit, which will slow down their capping process. Firing. Got him. Okay. Normally I would want to move at this point. It's a key thing for artillery to shoot and move. I'm hoping that the enemy artillery is more focused on the IS-4 than on me, because I don't stand a chance once that thing is dead. The IS-4 is doing what I was talking about before. It's actually blocking me from firing effectively at the KV-3 because it's in too close. Okay, I've managed to finish that off. And hopefully I can hit the IS-4 if I can get him to stay still. It looks like he's running through the city because he's not sure where I am. And if we can keep him guessing, then we may just pull this off. There's only 30 seconds left. He's probably trying to find me so he can kill me, because there is not enough time for a single enemy vehicle to successfully capture, and he's hoping to rack up some points. He does have enough damage off of him that I can finish him in one hit if he's kind enough to stay still for me to fire at him. So I'm going to hope for that and loose a round. And drat, I missed. Okay, and I'm not going to have enough time to reload before he does this in. And with any luck, 4 seconds is not going to be quite enough time. But it was a draw, and I think that's a good outcome, all things considered. I managed to kill 5 vehicles, damage 2. You can see that my income from the battle was pretty substantial, even though my hit rate was a little less than half, which actually isn't that bad for an artillery piece. I hope you found this game and narration instructive, and I look forward to seeing you all again real soon.